from Mallett Buildings. Thank you for joining me today. I always like to get started. Our episode is going to be about permits, codes, and contractors. What codes mean for your barn door or shop. We'll get to that later, but let's go through our typical stuff here. $500 discount for healthcare workers, military personnel, educators, first responders. Folks, we advertise we do that. My competitors do not tell you what they do. If they do it, they don't tell you how much. So it makes you wonder, do they really do it? Because we want you to ask about it when you come in. Tiger Cash, $1,000 off the elite or signature building. Write cash, and we'll get that's worth $1,000. Hey, you really want to see what's going on and who's really understands post frame, who's been around, who's got the ability to build your building. Look what's going on right now. 61 different job sites working at the same time this week alone. You know, we got these little competitors out there tell you they do what we do. They can't do this. It's just not possible. But it goes to show you logistically the power we have, the team we have. We got 45 going on in Louisiana, got 16 going on right now in Texas. Every week this is going on. Every week. It tells you a lot about the company that we have the ability to do this. Now, in Texas, we're in Oakwood, Lake Jackson, St. Leon, Beaumont, Needville, Kirbyville, Hempville, Katy, Needville, Magnolia, Brazoria, Katy, Newlum, Winnie, Streetman, and Crockett. Folks, how can you even compare the competition to us? That's what 26 years of experience gets you. 16 hurricanes. Here in Louisiana, look where we're at. You know what? It speaks for itself. I cannot tell you the others can't do this. They might get 1 or 2 jobs, but what does that tell you about them? Why aren't they that busy if they're that good? Why aren't they running more crews? Why aren't they getting busy like they say they are? And quit telling you they build what we build. They don't build what we build. They never have. All right, specials and promotions. Folks, this is over with. We had 25 people got that this month. So more than that, we sold more buildings, but the first 25 did get that. This promotion is over, but I just want to tell you, 25 people got that and a gift card. And we're proud to do that. Now, see what else we got. All right, we got a little deal going here. I'm going to bring on Jenica Mallett. She goes to St. Louis High School. She's going to tell you about this. This is for the school. Mallett Buildings has donated a building for the school. So you tell them what this is about.
Mallett Buildings has donated a building up to 30 by 30. It's a raffle for St. Louis, so you can scan the QR code to donate, or it's $100 for a ticket, and you enter a student's name. You can put my name. They'll put it in the comments.
The deadline is December the 7th?
Yep.
What else? Tell me what's this money going to be for?
It's going to be for the new school for St. Louis.
Okay, all right. Well, what else you want to tell us? Anything else?
Well, you have a chance at a free building, so I don't know why you wouldn't.
But look, it's a good deal. For $100, you get a chance to win a building. Okay, and you're doing a good cause. You're helping St. Louis get their school built. So look, if you want to, just tie into the Q code like she said. You make a donation, and hey, you got yourself in a raffle to win a building. And that's probably a 30 by 30 building's going to be close to $25, $26, maybe $27,000. It's worth $100. You might win. But anyway, let's keep going. See what else we got here. All right, we got the Cajun Oasis, 30 by 50 by 12, only $49,999. That's temperature control with a 5-ton unit. Electrical package is included. And if you need spray foam, we offer that also. This comes fully insulated with a double bubble, but we can do this if you need, okay? Great package. Nobody offers us this. That's a new series that we're running here. Let's see what else we got. We got the 30 by, now that is the elite, the classic. Then if you get to the elite package, it's $59,999. That's the complete elite package with electrical package, 5-ton unit. And on both these units, you're looking at approximately $15,000 value. Folks, this is a hell of a buy. A climate-controlled building behind your house. Imagine. And during the summer, during the winter, you're going to have a cookout. You can have whatever you want. Temperature control all your equipment. Temperature control all your files. Everything's temperature controlled. Folks, it's a hell of a deal. Okay? Let's see what else we got today. We got Mallett Building, the Ambassador Club. Always wanting people to join the Ambassador because there's all kind of gifts and things we do under the Ambassador Club. So if you want to join, give us a call. The red flags, years in business, Secretary of State, that's going to tell you who the proper parties are. The licensure go to LSOBC. That's going to tell you if they're a home improvement contractor. Just today we saw it's a new quirk in the law, which is going to happen. Is under the law, $7,500 is a home improvement. That's all they can do because they cannot do any new construction or new structural bit work at all. You got to be a licensed residential contractor. Now, what you're going to see happen here shortly is anything over $50,000, a homeowner will not be able to sign the exemption form no more because it's not a residence. You still can do it for your residence, but you will not be allowed to do it for your accessory building, and you will have to have a licensed contractor pull the permits and then be totally responsible above $50,000. We're equipped to do it. We're not worried about it. Glad it's coming into play. But these other guys are going to have a little bit of a problem. Because now they're going to have people on site because they become responsible for a lot more now that they pull that permit. Right now they don't pull permits. We've always offered to pull permits. But anything over 50, it's getting ready to be, it's already the law. Now the permit officers are going to be told you have to start enforcing it. So, interesting there. Hey, reviews on BBB and Google, that's where you find out the truth. Call the customers. Don't take my word for it. Call the customers, and I got over 650. Now, visit the contract facility. We're out on I-10. You pass by it all the time. If you see it, stop and visit. We'll show you a tour of the plant. But we have a facility. We don't operate out of our car. We don't operate out of a home somewhere, acting like I'm a contractor or some little building somewhere. We're the real deal. And why is that important? It's important when there's a problem. To be with a company that can stand behind any mistakes they might make, and people make mistakes. But you need to go with a company that can stand behind any problems that do occur. We can. Been here 26 years. That says a lot. Now, why choose Mallett over the competition? Well, this is what they use. This is their standards right here. They use standard 6x6 posts, 2x6 trusses, 2x8 headers, 29 gauge metal and roofing walls, free walk-through door, 40-year warranty against this. When you get over here, Mallett building, 10-year workmanship warranty, #1 kill-dry treated lumber, ground treated. That's another thing you need to watch. The treatment of the lumber is not the same, folks. Let me tell you something. I use ground treated lumber. You can get lumber that's treated above ground. I only use ground treated lumber. Be careful, because I think what they're doing, a lot of them is just using above ground. They're not using ground treated. It's cheaper. That's why. Scissor trusses, 2x8s. We're the only company that offers that. 2x8 trusses with 170 mile an hour wind load on those trusses. For instance, our elite building is 145 mile an hour wind loaded building. The trusses are at 170 miles per hour on every building I build. 170 miles per hour. Why is that important? Let me tell you something. When you lose the roof, you lose it all. You lost it. When that roof goes, all your personal property, it's gone. You're done. In the insurance industry, it's the biggest problem they have when it comes to claims, is the collapse of roofs. So that's why it's important to have a higher rating on that roof than 145 or 130 or whatever it is. And on a Mallett building, 170 miles an hour. We're the only people I know putting 170 mile an hour truss on top of them buildings. My competitors do not do that. They're not going to do that because they can't afford to do it and they don't have the material to do it. So when they tell you they build the same as me, it's impossible. Say, well, what's the wind load on my trusses? It ain't going to be 170. 130, 140, those are the minimum wind loads set by the government. The minimums. Not what you really need to be. They're saying we want you to put a minimum depending on what area you're in. We don't want to deal with the minimums, do we? That's like buying tires. You go buy cheap tires, ain't gonna last long. You buy good tires, lasts a long time. We're not trying to meet the minimums. The minimum will get you out of a bind until trouble starts. Okay? Now, hey, Mallett, we got ridge vents, 6-inch, 4,000 PSI, way stronger than that 3,000 PSI stuff. Zac screws, Rolfing metal screwed to the building, remote picture and video monitoring for all inspections, Mallett cable lock system with a 6-minute moisture barrier. That is why we don't lose buildings to tornadoes. Now, not a direct hit of a tornado. I know there's some cats out there sometimes that listen to us. Well, you saying they're tornado proof? I didn't say that. Let me tell you about tornadoes. Anybody that knows about a tornado knows that what a tornado does, it hovers. Now, can it come down and hit? Yes. But what a lot of times what it does, most of the time, it hovers and tries to just pull things up. Not a direct hit, pull things up. That's where the cable retention system comes in. And I got a few cats that always got mouthed, oh, you tornado. I never said I was tornado proof. I said I can protect you in uplift protection. You get a direct hit on any building with a big tornado, it can't. Nothing can take it. That's a fact. So they need to cut that out. Quit saying I say that. That's not what I said. What's this say? Does the permit law impact a homeowner wanting to pull the permit? As long as, no, if you classify the barnuminium as a residence. But if you classify that barnuminium as an accessory building, that's correct. It would affect you. So what the key there, Mr. Tackett, and most people doing barnuminiums are getting elected. They're doing all that anyway. You just got to make sure you pull the permit for a barnuminium or a residence, and you can sign the waiver. That's what the waiver's about. The waiver will not cover accessory buildings above $50,000. Hope I explained that to you. All right, let's see what else. 145 mile an hour, nobody offers that. Post pads under every 6x6 post, all metal screw, post protector, skirt board. Folks, it's the best building. It is the best building in the business. I challenge anybody to show me somebody's offering a standard building with all this. How about them 170 mile an hour wind load trusses? That's what I want to know. Which one of y'all are going to get out there and tell them y'all do that? Huh? Y'all don't. How many of y'all going to tell them we do the cable lock system? I can go on and on about these competitors, okay? Who most of them haven't even built anything to speak of. You realize when you look at this company, over 20,000 structures and kits have been hitting the ground for 26 years. Do you not think we know what we're doing? Of course we do. Yeah, well, you're right about that. We use engineered trusses. These people are using rafters, and that's a problem. And the Code Council is working on something there too. I think that we're getting ready to see some major changes in the next session to make things, because we got to do this, folks, to lower our insurance rates. We can't keep building off spec. We can't keep building cheap. We can't keep doing it because the insurance companies are going to keep keeping these rates super high. You should get discounts when you build quality. That's the way it should be. And if you don't build quality, you need to pay it. Now, let's see what we got. All right, floodplain rules equal long-term protection. Floodplain regulations exist to keep your building safe from water damage and structural failure. They require specific elevation, drainage paths, and venting in flood-prone areas. Ignoring these codes can result in denied permits, denied insurance, or forced teardown. Now, what they're talking about is when you go to pull your permit, they're going to want to look at your elevation. There's maps. If you don't get your building at the right elevation or put some type of flood control fence, they can deny your insurance. Okay? So it's very important you pay attention to that. You don't want to be paying all these premiums and then get denied a claim, right? All right. St. Bernard requires coastal use permits for many buildings near waterways. Structures must be elevated to meet FEMA flood zone requirements. Extra drainage planning is required before permits are issued. We're talking about is on the coast. Everything's got to be elevated at a certain height because you're on the coast, right on the water. And you see that all the time, okay? And that's St. Bernard Parish. Ouachita, drainage and elevation in North Louisiana. Ouachita Parish requires grading plans to manage stormwater runoff. Permits aren't released until elevations are approved to prevent flooding. These reviews save customers from costly foundation issues later. And that is true. If you build everything right and do a good drainage plan, you're not going to have washouts, okay? It's important you review some of these. These things are done for a reason, and ultimately, these will help your property and help you with insurance. Every parish, different rules. Louisiana Parish, each codes differently based on geographic risk. What's required in coastal St. Bernard isn't the same as North Louisiana, Ouachita. That's why working with a licensed contractor is key. We navigate codes for you. The only thing I'll say about that, I believe that everything south of I-10 should have a certain codes, and everything north of I-10 should have a certain set of codes. And make things user-friendly across the board for everybody. Right now, that is correct. Every parish is different. And it's not real user-friendly for you or for anybody. We're going to try to, at some point, the Code Council, we're going to try to bring that together too. Ignoring codes, big cost. Skipping codes can lead to stop work orders and even demolition. Insurance providers can deny claims if floodplain rules weren't followed. Doing it right the first time protects your investment. Everything we're talking about here, folks, is for your protection. Watch the rules. And basically what you're going to see here shortly, anything over $50,000, it will become the contractor's responsibility to make sure that happens. That's what's great about the law. Right now, and we've always offered to be the contractor of record. People didn't want to pay for that. But here's what's going to happen. That's what we've got to do to lower our insurance rates. Okay? Mallett checks zoning, setbacks, and floodplain requirements before breaking ground. We work directly with parish inspectors to ensure approvals are smooth. That's why our projects are code compliant from start. No surprises for customers. Floodplain code. Floodplain rules protect homes and families. St. Bernard, coastal permits and elevation. Ouachita, drainage and elevation reviews. Every parish enforces codes differently. Mallett ensures compliance every step. Well, that's the show for today. It was nice coming back. I've been tied up. Got to go to Baton Rouge tomorrow. Always working on some things to be done. But anyway, thank you for listening. Give us a call, 337-515-2154. That's my cell, or call 337-214-0428. Remember, don't believe everything these competitors are telling you. They don't build a Mallett building. They don't. And they don't have the experience to even come close to building with us. But anyway, thank you for listening. I see I got, what's Miss Stanton on? Have to be yes, it does. Yes, everything has to meet the elevation codes, man, or you won't be able to get insurance. You see, we're in the Lower St. Martin home, and that's to be 7 foot. But yes, everything's going to have to be elevated. I mean, I just because if you're going to put, see, the reason why is if you're going to insure it, they're not. If you break and don't do it, and you won't get no insurance. They're not going to insure you. Okay, and if you happen to get insurance and they come out there after a storm, they can say, well, you're below the elevation. But yeah, everything's got to be elevated. But anyway, nice. Thank you for the question, Ms. Stanton. Mr. Jack, it's good seeing you. Nice talking to you, or seeing you over there. But anyway, folks, you take care. It's nice talking to y'all. See y'all Thursday. I won't be here tomorrow. Thank you.